Hi, this is Jessica Dunn, and we are going to review the case of the Sports Products Incorporated today. In this case, Lauren and Dale both work for Sports Products Incorporated. They were discussing that the stock price had declined $2 per share over the past 9 months, but profits had been increasing. They also discussed how managers were partially compensated on the basis of firm profits. The firm profits were not awarding shareholders because profitability is only seen when dividends are paid. And this company had not paid dividends in the past 20 years. They further commented that the reason profitability is up is due to the fact that the company is dumping pollutants into the adjacent stream, and now they're being sued and are under investigation. So we have a few questions here based on this case that I hope you took time to read. Um, so let's just work through them. So just the intro part, the stock price has gone down $2 per share, but profits have increased, and shareholders will never see those profits because the company doesn't pay dividends. It looks as though from the outside that managers want profitability to be high and they don't care about stock price because they're being paid based on profitability and not stock price. And they are making profits artificially high by not disposing of pollutants in an environmentally friendly way. So they're cutting corners, dumping pollutants into the river in order to cause profitability to be artificially high so that way they can receive higher compensation. So it looks like they're being very unethical. So the first question asks, what should management of Sports Products Incorporate pursue as their overriding goal, and why? All companies, their overriding goal should be to maximize shareholder wealth. So their goal should be to maximize shareholder wealth. It should not be to maximize profits. We've talked about that in this chapter because profits can be manipulated. And so because you can easily shift profits one way or another, it makes them a poor guiding goal. Instead, we should always focus on increasing stock price because stock price is objectively determined by millions of people coming together, making trades every single day to find that equilibrium true market price. So it's not easily influenced. Okay, so the second question asks us if the firm appears to have an agency problem. Remember, an agency problem is when managers are not acting in the best interest of shareholders. So I would say, yes, they absolutely have an agency problem. They are focusing on profitability, even profitability that is gotten unethically over stock price is on profitability regardless of the cost. So they don't even care how they're getting increased profitability. They're willing to dispose of pollutants in an unethical manner that has now gotten them under fire with state and federal officials. So they're not focusing on shareholder wealth. So part C asks us to evaluate the firm's approach to pollution control. Is it ethical? No, it's not ethical. They are not processing these pollutants or disposing of them in an environmentally friendly way. So they are polluting the nearby stream. So the second part of this question asks us, why might incurring the expense to control pollution be in the best interest of firms' owners, even though it negatively affects profits? So getting rid of these pollutants in an environmentally friendly way is going to cost money. It's not going to be a free exercise. And so, because it's going to cost money, it will reduce profitability. But that is still the better option. So, uh, the company should dispose of pollutants in an environmentally friendly way. They should do that not only because it's the right thing to do for the environment, but also because it is going to protect that stock price because it will, in the long run, pay off. So it pays off in the long run with um, lower fines, so no fines, uh, better publicity, so they're not getting negative publicity for dumping toxins and ruining streams, um, lower reduced legal fees, so they'll have lower legal fees fighting these battles because they're being sued, which is going to incur attorney costs. So yes, disposing of pollutants correctly costs money, but it saves money in the long run because you don't have to deal with negative publicity, high attorney fees, fines, cleanup expense. There's a lot of things that is going to cost money because they chose the unethical approach. So, Part D asks us, does the firm appear to have an effective corporate governance structure, and explain their shortcomings? Um, no, they're not maximizing shareholder wealth. There aren't enough um, rules and procedures in place to stop unethical behavior. So no, they're not. They don't have an effective corporate governance structure. So part one to this, I would say, is paying managers based on profits and not stock price misaligns their incentives. And two, I would say they have poor ethical standards or guidelines. There's nothing there to catch this unethical behavior. Part E asks us, what specific recommendations would you offer the firm? So I would say change the pay structure. Instead of paying them on profits, I'd pay them based on share price. The second thing I would say to do would be to improve ethical standards. Now that might come about in different ways. Maybe there just needs to be improved education, better guidelines, better rules, or maybe just more oversight. Because when they focus on better ethics, costs should be reduced in the long run in the form of legal expenses, fines, and lawsuits.